actually, I'm even going to turn over what I'm doing right now to the president of Alabama A&M.
Thank you so very much. Good afternoon to each of you. We are delighted to have you here. And Mr. Butts, thank you for taking time for what we know is a very, very busy schedule to come and be with us here at Alabama A&M University. We're always interested in small business development because we certainly know that it is through business development that this nation is able to thrive. And as future entrepreneurs here that we're developing at Alabama A&M University, we are pleased that you have come to share with us today. I've got a gift I'd like to give you on behalf of the university. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. And I'd like to give you an official coin of Alabama A&M. Thank you. And again, to all of you, welcome to Alabama A&M.
And I sat down myself. How's everyone doing?
Doing great.
Everyone good? Hello. How you doing? You good? Come on up here with me. Come on. No, you said good. Come on up here with me. If not, I'm going to come to you. Come on. I'm going to keep walking until you come. Come on. Come on. We had two of them. You come on up here with me, too. The glasses on. Yes, ma'am. Yes. You know, if you hadn't realized when you ever take photo ops, how many people know it's so much better when you have the youth with you? Because then people say, oh, they look so good, they look so cute, and it's not necessarily me, it's the children. Come on up here with us. Tell us your name.
Daisha Madison.
Where you from?
St. Louis, Missouri.
All right. You live here?
Mm-mm.
Where do you live?
On campus, yeah.
You on campus here? Okay. Well, we're glad you're here. What year are you here?
Sophomore.
Sophomore. What are you majoring in?
Early childhood.
Early childhood education. All right. Let's give her a round of applause.
I'm Selena Brown, and I'm from Huntsville.
All right. And what do you major in?
Communications.
Communications?
Yeah.
That's all right. And what do you expect to do when you leave?
I'm hoping to work for CNN.
Hoping to work for CNN? You already made your start already. Thank you so much for being here. Don't go anywhere. We're going to make this picture a little bit better. Young man with the headphones and the blue jacket. Yeah, come on up. Yeah, yes, you. Come on up. You didn't come here. Just come on up. We're going to wait on you. We're literally going to wait on you. Let's give him a round of applause as he's coming up. Like, of course, someone did this to me when I was 19. I promised I would get someone back at it, do it. What's your name, young man?
Wesley.
Come on over here. There you go. What is it?
Wesley.
Wesley. Where are you from?
Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. You realize this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity you have right now?
Yeah.
Okay, just smile for me. Just smile. Just act like you want to be here for a second. Just smile for me. Look at that. Ain't he got a nice smile? Right? Look, I give you my son. Look. What do you plan on doing when you leave here?
Work at radio.
Working radio. All right. Media.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, look, we're glad you're here today. Say hello to these two lovely young ladies. Introduce yourself. Okay. Do y'all know each other? Okay. Now you all will always share a forever lasting bond that you were together to get today here in Huntsville with a presidential appointed official, your president, this staff, the media, all together at one point in time. This is history. This is history. So make sure that you stay connected because one day, one of y'all may have to hire each other. All right? Give them a round of applause. Thank you. You know, to me, it's very important to be certain that we acknowledge why we're here. And I do that in the beginning. I think it's important that we acknowledge why we're here today. We are here at the historic Alabama A&M University. Let's clap for that. Your president, Dr. Eugeni, has been kind enough to allow me to come here. He fed me earlier. Thank you so much, sir. I was so hungry. And I appreciate it. And I'll tell you how things happen. Several moons ago, I was speaking at another event in another part of Birmingham, and Dr. Okoro, you were there. We got a chance to sit down and talk. And we said we're going to meet and work together at some point in time. And you just never know that those things happen. My former mentor, Mayor Jackson, always talked about how many of us are involved We have the same piece of fabric. We're covering many different aspects of it. We have to do our part to cover each other and work together. You just never know when a person may come around and you may have to work for them or vice versa. You just may not, you never know that. But it's not about just having to work for someone. My role, before I get too far into my remarks, I've been here 5 years now, appointed by our president as regional administrator for the U.S. Small Business Administration. We have done pretty good in the last 5 years. We've backed $20 billion in loans to small business. $20 billion in loans to small business. Y'all can clap too. Keep clapping. The reality is that you don't get to hear and see all these numbers. You don't get to read about them that often. And this is why I'm very glad that Dr. Eugenia actually had the opportunity to give us this platform to talk about what your president is doing and how it's making an impact in your economy. I don't look at things as left and right or red or blue. You know, I don't look at things as Democratic or Republican. I look at them as green. Access to capital is what runs our economy. Bottom line. So if you're not reaching out from where you were before and trying to put your ego to the side to help someone to make a difference, you're wasting your time. When you come here and you came to sit down today, before we came on, you probably were thinking about, got to take the trash out. What day is today? Tuesday? Wednesday? Let's see, Blacklist already came on. What else I missed on TV? So you probably think all the stuff that you missed on TV. You think about what you have to do, but at the same time, you came here for a reason. And I have to say that because it's important to acknowledge and make sure that you know that. We have a great staff at SBA, and I'm going to go back to that for a second, too. Our staff here for the state of Alabama is led by none other than Mr. Tom Tote. Tom, let folks see you. Let's clap for Tom. Thank you, Tom. The state of Alabama has increased loans to small business. And keep in mind, when I kind of give that nod, just clap for it. Make me feel like I'm doing something good. We have backed nearly a 46% increase, Tom, if I'm not mistaken, to loans to small business, right, in the state of Alabama. That's never really been done before that I know of, Tom, in its history, right? Thank you. We have increased the number of loans to underserved markets. Underserved for some of the less seasoned folks, the students in the room. How many students are here? Raise your hand. Wow, that's cool. Make me feel like I'm not too seasoned. I don't say old, I just say seasoned. We have backed a number of loans to the underserved markets, which we consider minority, women. If I'm not mistaken, Tom, you know what that number is off the top of your head? And if you don't know, we'll come back to it. I know that we had an 18% increase. That number also includes women. And that's pretty good. But I'm not satisfied. And neither is the president. And neither is our administrator, Maria Contreras-Sweet. We want to make certain that opportunities exist for underserved markets, for women, for minority, for those who are seeking to go into business, and you don't know how to get started. And so we have this toolkit that the SBA has partnered with NAGL, National Association of Government Guaranteed Lenders. And that means that we're going to put together a way for you, if you fit in any of those categories, of how to start and grow your business at no cost. This is what your government is doing for you, the federal government. This is what this administration, this agency is doing to help you to be in that place. And I asked for the youth to come up because you don't have to be so young to start. I mean, the youth, you all have a bright imagination. Y'all come up with so many creative things that you can be a small business owner too. If you want to go into education, you want to start to be in radio. If you want to learn how to become an entrepreneur, that's what we're here to talk about today. So LD, was LD who's there, who was in our BAF and our staff? Let's give LD a round of applause from the SBA. LD will be giving a segment tomorrow at what time, LD? 9:30 of that toolkit and how to get started. Please make sure you show up. And for the folks who are unable to be here today, make certain that you tell them about it so they can come in. Because how much does it cost, LD? Yeah, zero. You paid for the opportunity. Your president has paid for the opportunity to have the space and the time to come here for you all to take advantage of it. So you have to please take advantage of it. I had to also take one more step back. Mr. Charles Brooks came to my office some months ago, and he is with the SELC, who decided to say, hey, we need to talk about, have a conversation. I'd like for you to come to Alabama. I'd like for you to kind of help to bridge some relationships that we may not have had in place. And so thank you so much. He deserves a round of applause. Thank you, Charles. Thank you. For us, that's what this is really about. In my piece, and when I typically talk about just about 35, 40 seconds of myself, originally from Philly, finished high school in Orlando, went to Morehouse College, graduated from Morehouse College. Usually when I'm in Georgia, someone says here or something, but I'm in Alabama. It's okay, but the cool thing is that I went to Clark Atlanta University. My point is, I went to 2 HBCUs, right? And I found a way to continue to still achieve. Spent 10 years in banking and finance, another 10 years as a presidential management fellow under the Bush administration at the U.S. Department of HUD, and learned how to continue to navigate through this world of business and entrepreneurship, come from a family of entrepreneurs, and said that this is the arena that I wanted to stay in. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. How many of the students here know what you want to do? Tell the truth. You know what you, how many people don't know what you want to do? And I applaud you all for just saying that, because up until about 5 years ago, I still didn't know what I wanted to do. I wanted to do so many different things, is my point. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to work in media. I wanted to run my own consulting firm, which I did. I wanted to be a graduate student, a professor, which I taught graduate school for 7 years. And you realize that everything that you want to be is at your fingertips. And you can start that today. It doesn't have to wait until you go on, finish, get your degree, but you can do this concurrently. You can learn how to become an entrepreneur in your small business with the staff that we have here today in the state of Alabama, the toolkits that we're going to be talking about tomorrow, and the best part about it, at no cost. So as I begin to sit down, I'm going to take a couple of questions and try to hear ways that we can support you. I asked Ms. Kim Ford to actually take a picture, and then she looked at me like, do you realize that I'm an accomplished attorney now? She asked me to take a picture. But I asked her to come over because 20-something years ago, when she was at Spelman, I was at Morehouse, we were friends. And we saw each other a couple weeks ago, and I said, I'm going to be in Huntsville for the first time. She said, really? She said, make sure you remind me. Now, me and my schedule, as soon as I got off the plane, I just remembered that I did not call her. But I have to thank her because she actually represents clients who are looking to get into the world of business. She's also represents clients who are in our 8A program. And this is not an advertisement, it's just the reality. We have been friends for a long time. So thank you very much, Kim, for being here today. I appreciate it, and thank you for taking that picture. My mother will be proud that you'll send it to me and I can send it to her. So what I like to just kind of end is this. If you think that you want to become an entrepreneur, if you know someone who wants to be an entrepreneur, if you have an idea but don't know how to put it out on paper, right? That's what we're here for. We have resource partners, our SCORE chapters, our small business development centers, our women business centers, every avenue that can help you. And the cool part about it, it doesn't cost anything. It just doesn't cost. So when you say you want to be in radio, I'm expecting you to be there tomorrow. Because that's what you said you want to do, and I want to keep up with you. Well, it's not something like the attention is on you. It's just all the attention is on you, right? But it's a cool thing because when you get my age, it's like, I want some more of that, you know. I wish someone had told me what does it take to start and grow a business at that time. And I can only learn from my family because I just learned to look at them. But I didn't know about working with the SBA at that time. I just didn't know. But the thing about it, you all have what a lot of people don't have. I'm in Huntsville, Alabama today. Never been here before. So glad that I'm here, right? Because here's an opportunity to touch a life that say, hey, I have an idea, but I don't know how to start it. And maybe by you hearing what I have to say will be the catalyst for you to be the next change that this country can add to, you know, the successes that are taking place. You could be the next Google. You could be the next Uber. You could be the next, you know, serial entrepreneur. You could be the next Surgeon General. You could be the next regional administrator for SBA. But it starts today, in my opinion. And it really starts with you taking yourselves seriously. If no one else doesn't, take yourself serious. Come on up here with me. Yeah, come on up here. Take yourself serious. When you have an idea, and you're not certain about where to go, you can come to SBA. And we're going to make certain that we reach out to you. I like asking the folks up front, people who looking like they really have a question. Come on up here with me, too. Yeah. Yes, you. Come on up here with me, too. The best part about what we have here today is that these are all icebreakers, right? These are all icebreakers because one of you all is sitting back there and you have a question, you're a little shy, you don't want to ask, and you're hoping to catch me or one of my staff when we leave, and you may or may not catch us. It's the truth. I know it is. But what I'm doing is I'm actually having folks from the audience do that for you so you can kind of walk your way into it. And this is how we do it. What's your name?
Jessica White.
And what are you doing here, Jessica?
I am the City Historic Preservationist.
Cool. And what does that mean?
I administer to the Huntsville Historic Preservation Commission. I also oversee historic preservation matters in the city of Huntsville for city-owned properties as well as residentially owned properties in our historic districts.
So you deal with a lot of small businesses that actually at one point in time would like to be considered historic so they can kind of continue their preservations of what they may have had? Or you may work with some small business at some point in time?
Yes and no. I think mostly what I deal with are people that retrofit existing historic buildings with new businesses.
Okay. Anyone here involved in real estate? Right? You know someone who's involved in real estate? Anyone want to become an entrepreneur and sell real estate? Anyone here own a home? Anyone here would like to own a home? Is anyone here that knows something about they think they want to? It's possible that they want to do something with real estate? The cool part about it is you may not know what that means. But if I'm you, I would find out, right? You're not sure about what the job is. You're not sure about how to go about, but we're here to help you to figure out how to bring that to fruition. Don't go anywhere yet. Okay. Tell us your name.
My name is Kyle King. I'm a senior here, finance major at Alabama&M University.
All right. I like that tie. It can go good. Can I borrow it? And what do you expect to get out of this today, Kyle?
Well, I'm in the process of owning a non-profit organization here in Huntsville. It's pretty much streamlined, focuses on underrepresented minorities and streamlining and services that help us grow in the community. I understand that soft skills are one of the major things that the industry needs, and a lot of corporations that I've talked to, pretty much students that graduate aren't ready. They don't understand professional development, how to communicate, sometimes, coming on time. So I've pretty much built a whole business model that I want to be able to implement in every HBCU in the country, a 4-year scholars program, an apprenticeship.
You probably want to preserve some of that in a historical point of view because you're in Huntsville, right?
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. Isn't he smooth? Look, listen. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you so much. The reality is that nothing happens as a coincidence. I was going 3 places when I finished Morehouse. Kim probably doesn't even know this story. I was going to law school, grad school, and seminary school. In some kind of way, I decided not to go to law school. One of my good friends who's mayor in Atlanta wrote my application, my recommendation to Howard Law. I was going to Howard Law. Decided to go to graduate school. Wasn't ready to go to seminary school. I live in Atlanta, but just wasn't ready. And can't believe I said that. So, we in the last year. So the reality is that I went to graduate school because I thought that that's where I was supposed to go. And I figured that my mentor at that time, Mayor Maynard Jackson, said, this is exactly what I want you to do. This is the area I want you to be involved with. My current mentor, advisor, Ambassador Andrew Young, said, this is exactly what you're supposed to do. And so whenever you feel like you're in a position to give, you have to realize that it's not necessary for you. It's for the person who's sitting in the audience that's listening, waiting to hear what you have to do and what you have to say. And so I want you to make certain that when I do sit down, whether it's Charles or whether it's Tom or myself, to ask that burning question that you may need to figure out your next step. We may not be able to give you the direct answer, but we can help to guide you. And if we can help to put you on a path, then I feel like that's exactly what we should have done. That's exactly this is how my faith works. So I feel like I'm still doing seminary work. I still feel like I'm still doing legal work because I will always talk and ask attorneys to help take pictures of me. And they'll probably send me an invoice at some point in time. And I feel like I'm still doing my due diligence. So I believe in not wasting time. I believe a closed mouth does not get fed. So ask for the opportunities. I really want to thank you for this opportunity for speaking with you today. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I'll sit down and take a couple of questions before we end, but thank you very much. It's not me, but it's you who deserves a round of applause. Thank you very much.